All right, 4, you ready?
Yeah.
All right.
You were ready.
Welcome to Operation Midnight Mass. This is a U.S. convoy operation versus Russian defenders. Our objective is to get our convoy consisting of 2 MRAPs, 1 Logi, 1 Trans to the destination point. Our path is going to be going through the north side of the river. We'll mark that in a second here. Our first objective is to get the Logi to that destination point. If at any point in time our Logi is disabled, secondary objective is to defend where the Logi was destroyed, okay? To defend the hull. We're going to be going northbound. Squad assignments as follows. Squad 1, vehicle squad. They're going to be taking care of all the driving and gunning in the vehicles, right? Convoy stack is as follows. MRAP, Logi, Trans, okay? That very first MRAP in the column is going to be the fire support MRAP. If we take contact, that first MRAP is going to be pushing out and supporting whatever element is in contact. Squad 2 is our vanguard. They're going to be ahead of the formation by 50 to 100 meters. So they're going to be west of us. They're going to be ahead of the convoy 50 to 100 meters. Squad 3 is going to be our screen. They're going to be on the south side of the convoy throughout the entire duration, making sure we don't get flanked from the south or the east. Squad 4 is going to be in the convoy beginning. They will then dismount and pull security around the convoy, watching the rear. As soon as we hit contact with either the screen or the vanguard, Squad 4 will dismount and push to assist whatever squad is in contact. All right, so here's the route. Right off that, vanguard is going to push to that mark, or scratch. We'll use MG mark. Vanguard's going to push there. Screen is going to push to target. The vehicle squad is going to push northeast to the fob markers, and will arrive at that location after we're all staged. Once all units are in position, the entire platoon will proceed westbound. Once again, MG mark is the vanguard. Target mark is the screen. Platoon lead, Squad 4, and the vehicle squad will be on the fob marker. We're going to proceed westbound until we hit contact. Once again, when we hit contact, whether it's the vanguard or the screen, we're going to send that first MRAP up to fire support and dismount Squad 4 and send Squad 4 to assist. We're going to push through whatever we hit and continue on. Secondary checkpoint is going to be at this marker. As we hit that second marker, we probably will have already hit contact, or we'll be expecting the majority of contact to be happening within the next 5 to 10 mics. This second checkpoint is where we're going to start doing a lot of infantry movement, getting a lot of scouting done, and getting ready to push through the majority of enemy contact. If we don't hit contact, or if we push through contact, the tertiary checkpoint is going to be north of the destination marked by the 3rd fob. This is going to be the final rally point. In between checkpoint 2 and checkpoint 3, high casualties are expected. At that point, once we hit tertiary checkpoint, all squads will check in, we'll get command structure reorganized, and get everyone sorted before the final push on destination. Everyone copy?
Copy.
Yep.
Copy.
All right, chain of command, if I go down, it's going to be Sphinx, followed by Silas, followed by Neural, followed by Mike. Copy?
Copy.
Copy.
All right, does everyone have any questions?
Copy.
What enemy vehicles
I
can
have
we
2
expect?
questions.
Go for it.
Oh, my 2 questions? Okay, so the first one is, with this new mod, do the Russians get any IEDs or mines that we should look
Negative.
out for?
The Russians have 2 roadblocks. They have a sandbag roadblock with 1 HMG, and there are going to be sandbags in the road. You must dig up everything in the road before we can proceed. Each roadblock is going to have about 2 sandbags and 2 barbed wire. You must get rid of all 4 to the point where the stakes are not in the ground. There's also going to be an HMG located next to each one of those roadblocks, so keep an eye out for the HMGs. Vehicle assets for the Russians is 2 times Logis, simply for them to get those roadblocks down. So we're going to dig up any roadblocks we find and continue to destination. Copy?
Copy.
Alright.
There are no route changes. Hold on. There are no route changes. Whatever we see in front of us, we're going to deal with and push through, okay?
Yeah.
All right. Second question?
Second question is, if the Logi goes down, we're supposed to exfiltrate at E7 Russian main, correct?
You're supposed to defend the Logi until mission end. Unless I'm incorrect on that. Am I correct on that?
You're correct.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm correct on that.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. You defend that Logi to the death.
Understood.
I have a
Okay.
question as well.
Yep.
Where's that first MRAP going?
First MRAP's gonna be at the front of the column until we hit contact, at which point the
It's gonna die.
the first MRAP will push up and support whatever, if it's the screen or Vanguard that needs support.
Copy.
So convoy stacks, MRAP, translogy. Okay.
Sounds
Yeah,
good.
so you're gonna need infantry eyes on the rear, okay? Because that first, we're not running MRAPs on the ends, we're running 2 in the front.
Alright.
All right. Squad leads, go ahead and break him out with set for life. All right, break him out with set for life.
Hey, what's up guys? Diplex here again. Welcome back to Squad Ops. Super excited to be back here again with some more gameplay. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the last 2 Squad Ops videos. I was doing a duo commentary with Karmacut, but in today's op, he is actually commanding the US team. So I'm gonna be going solo for this one, as usual. So, the mission is pretty simple. The US objective is to take the Logi truck to the destination west of this location by the end of the map. And the Russian objective is to stop the convoy, essentially to destroy the vehicle, and if they are successful doing so, their secondary objective is to destroy the defenders of the wreck, because the second US objective, if they fail to bring it to the destination, is to defend the what's left of the truck, essentially. So that's going to end out in a sort of final stand, which should be pretty cool. For me, this is actually the first op that I get to enjoy in Squad version 10. And what is Squad version 10? Well, many people like to call it like Squad 2.0 because it is very, very different. The vehicles have been reworked. They've added a bunch of new weapons. They've added vaulting. You can deploy bipods. There are so many changes that make such a big difference to the game and how it plays that you might even see a different kind of gameplay here, or a different experience, which is what I'm hoping that you guys are going to pick up on. So we're going to be kind of following the convoy as they're heading out. We've got Squad 1 doing all the vehicle stuff, and then I believe Squad 2 is in the transport, or Squad 2 and 3 is actually out here. Squad 2 is going to be the preliminary guard, so to speak. They're going to be the scout squad clearing ahead, and then Squad 3 is going to remain on the south side at all times, making sure they don't get flanked from the south. I do believe Squad 4 and 5 is posted up in the transport truck for kind of like immediate convoy protection. Super excited to be enjoying another op. I am so pumped. Hope you guys are as well. It is Saturday, and it is a 10 p.m. event for me. The other events that I usually record, like the last one, was 4 a.m. in the morning, and I was just doing my best to stay excited and energized. It was an extremely entertaining op, and I was enjoying myself, but I just had a hard time putting energy to the words, so this one's going to be a lot more upbeat. Hope you guys are having a good weekend so far. Oh man, things are about to get very, very cool and interesting in just a minute. Because I think we're going to go ahead and look at the Russian team and see what they've set up for us. Did a vehicle flip? We might have spotted a vehicle flip back there.
Did you flip one?
Yeah.
Front one's flipped.
MRAP flipped. That is, like, really bad luck. I've caught a few vehicles flipping during ops and stuff over the last couple of months. And it happens. It happens more than often, almost. No, not more than often. That's the wrong word. What was I trying to find? It happens more than you think. It's quite a common occurrence. So I'm not seeing any Russian contacts. Let's go ahead and open up the HUD a little bit there. Now we're gonna go ahead and see what the Russians have planned. So we see one squad down here. I think they have one squad back on destination. That's the fob. Okay, so the destination, the target objective is back there. We have one squad in a Logi truck. The Russians have 2 Logis, so they might have one squad occupying the 2 Logis, going out to prepare the roadblocks and the machine gun positions. I do believe they get 1 machine gun, if I remember it correctly, and 2 sandbags. So that's pretty nice. Hopefully they'll make use of that. Trying to disable the... There we go.
Hey, platoon, be advised, we lost one MRAP just because of flip over.
Copy.
So that's bad, but now I think the US are either going to have more troops in the transport, because that, the people crewing the first MRAP came from Squad 1, and Squad 1 is doing all the vehicles, so they might have just put them in the transport truck. Although this might kind of like freak the Russians out a little bit when they can't spot the second MRAP. Honestly, since it does happen a lot, or since I've witnessed vehicle flipping quite often during these ops, they might be like, hey, it probably flipped somewhere or tipped, because like these roads are a little bit tricky to navigate. They're definitely something you want to, you know, keep in mind when you're driving around here. There's a lot of rocks and rivers and corners that you can hit and flip. So you definitely want to be a little careful. This is not a fast map, so to speak. Vehicles are going to be driving very slow, and I think we're going to be seeing a lot of Russian AT weapons being put to use. They have been given a new one. It isn't the AT-4, but it looks like the AT-4 in lack of better knowledge. Previously, they only had the RPG, as far as I'm concerned. So now they've got that smaller disposable launcher, the one you kind of just throw to the side once you're done with it, kind of like the Law, I suppose. We have a few soldiers up here by the bridge, part of Squad 3 doing the southern, covering the south side of the river. Squad 2 is up here. They're in position as they just called out.
Roger, 2, keep pushing.
And I believe Squad 4 dismounted now, and they're moving up together with Squad 5, which is platoon lead. And I think platoon lead is in the car here. I'm gonna verify. No, he is. Oh, he probably is, because I can't see his name elsewhere. So, oh, he's in the first MRAP. He probably was in the second MRAP, but now he's in the first. So if this takes a rocket, platoon is gonna die, and the head of the snake is gonna be cut off. Oh man.
Repeat that, Karma.
Try to pull your whole element on the north side of the river. I don't want getting cut if fire comes down the river, over.
Roger that. That's not great coverage here, but I'll do it.
Roger
I'm
that.
gonna display names for a second so everyone out there can see that these guys are indeed real players from various parts of the community and the world. It's what I like about Squad Ops is that it's such a open event. Anyone can attend. All you have to do is register, sign up for the training, and arrive to the event with a good attitude, and you will be welcomed warmly. So check out the link in the description if you're interested in signing up and joining these events in the future. They're quite grand, they last for a while, and they're definitely, in terms of gaming, the high point of the week for me. So I'm super excited to see how this one's going to turn out. So I'm currently running this game with higher gamma. I'm running it on about 2.5, I do believe. I didn't want to go all the way up to 3.0 because that will make it too bright. These guys are running it on 2.2, so they're going to have worse vision than I have right now. They're going to be, it's essentially a night map. It's not, you know, pitch black, but it is pretty dark. The sun is either setting or rising. I do believe it's setting, so vision is limited. Oh, we just saw a vault there, about the first one I've seen so far. I think we're gonna see a lot more vaulting. That guy also has an M249. Saw previously that gun was pretty bad. Really like high recoil. You'd have to be deployed, or not really deployed, but you'd have to be stationary laying down in order for that thing to be really good. Now you can deploy bipods on window frames, you know, walls, you name it. It is a killer. See if you can do it. Can you deploy bipod? There we go, man. Okay, so it's a little clipped into the building, but that's cool. So we're gonna see more bipods being deployed on walls, on objects, and even on people. You can deploy a bipod on someone's back. Here we go, another bipod set up here on this low wall. Now this thing is a real beast. Another gun I want to point out that I do believe we will be seeing in today's op is the GPMG, the General Purpose Machine Gun, which is the M240 for the US and the, I believe, PKM for militia forces and Russian forces. They're also going to add the PKP Pezhneg, if I'm not too wrong, and the Pezhneg is a slightly more modernized take on the PKM, I do believe. And also the RPK or the RPD, I do believe it's an RPK that they have right now. No, RPD for sure. With the orange 45 round mag or 40 round mag has also been given bipods. So the Russians wearing that, the automatic rifleman on the Russian side is going to be also employing bipods, and I think we might see this op utilizing the light machine gun or the regular machine gun role. So that is something I'm excited to see. Does this guy have the... There we go. That's the gun I'm talking about. I think there's more experts in the comment section with information available on this, but this guy can also deploy bipod, so it's a very deadly weapon. And so far no contact has been made, so the first Russian squad is over here. If we open up the mini-map, we're going to tell that is about halfway through the map. That is around where Karma Cut expected to meet the Russians, but so far they're mainly posted up on the south side, it seems. So the convoy is not going to be running into a wall of Russians, but rather one squad at a time, and they might even avoid the contact further back there, or on the south side, because they're going to be taking this northern approach. So with focused US firepower, it might leave the Russians in a bit of a tricky situation. But the fighting is about to commence any second now, ladies and gentlemen. Things are about to go hot as US troops are approaching the first Russian squad. Who will spot who first? I do not know, but the Russians are covered here in the field.
Copy that.
The first spot is probably going to be a squad leader who's a little too eager to walk around and get an idea of the situation.
E7, and then proceed on to the checkpoint 2. Once you're there, radio in, over.
Roger that.
Most other Russians seem to be down in cover. And we have a squad up there. I do believe they're part of the same squad. Yes, this is definitely the same squad. They've split the two fire teams into two separate units. We have one on the south side, one on the north side, and the squad leader in the center.
Roger, we'll set up.
Here come the Americans. Oh, yes. You're going to be noticing a lot of new animations.
Beware. On me, mate.
I love these new animations. And everything you're seeing, like, in terms of animations, is kind of what the player is seeing, too. If they're looking somewhere, if they're doing something, if they're moving somewhere, that is literally what the player sees as well. So when they jump, look at this.
Checking window.
That is so cool.
Crossing.
Squad leader is about to vault over. That is badass. I love that. Amazing. There's new running animations. You can see where someone's looking. Oh, that's sick. You can also see where someone's looking based on where their head is turning and stuff like that, and where the weapon is. Like, the weapon is now detached from the main model, so you're going to see that thing going left and right depending on where they're aiming. Good stuff. Like, I mean, this is set up to be such an amazing game. V10. Oh, Squad is about to be enjoyed like it never has been before, and I am so excited to be part of these ops now. Still spectating many, many months later. Squad Ops is going stronger than ever, and so is Squad itself. These guys are about to make some pretty close contact here with some Russians in the field. I wonder who's going to come out of victory. They're literally going to run into each other. Wait a minute, what? What?
Be advised, 3s came into contact.
Dude, he's right on you. Oh, that's an execution. One Russian right behind them. He's going to turn around. I wonder if he can see him. His squad mate just went down, but he has no idea. Does he see him? What a good pick. Amazing. Grenades are being thrown over. They're going to even this out quickly here as they're getting the jump on the Russian squad. 0 U.S. casualties. Good job, guys.
I think we're all up. We're working on securing the bridge.
That 3.
So we have one squad up here working the preliminary Russian force. The thing is, they're clearing back as well because they don't know what kind of numbers they could have missed, essentially hiding here in the field. So they're going to back off. They're going to keep a few soldiers back here covering the rear. They're also going to keep an eye on the south. A lot of open area here. There could be Russians in the ruins and the other side. The whole map is a free game area, so the Russians could be posted up essentially anywhere. So that requires you to be attentive and clever at all times.
Copy.
Good catch, though, by the U.S. troops here. And interesting to see the Russian soldier back here kind of keeping his cool, despite the fact that his friend died. He didn't open up randomly to disclose his position. Unfortunately, he was, however, spotted by one of the U.S. riflemen moving up here. So good job on the U.S. side there. Good catch. That's going to help them a little bit here, despite losing that MRAP early on, which is actually an MATV. But it goes under the MRAP vehicle category, so to speak.
3, this is command. Where'd you take contact from? Over.
I do believe it's an M153 to be exact.
Contact south near those ruins by the bridge. I've got a team going to clear it now.
Are we gonna see some bipods? Oh yes, baby! Yes! I love it. That is amazing.
Command, message over.
We're just getting some screenshots here, boys.
2, what's it look like at Orchard? Did it look clear? They got eyes
Cool.
up there. Over.
No contact.
See, he's looking around to his left there. He's using free look, and you can see the effects of that by his head turning.
Roger that.
So you know, as a player, that wherever the face of a soldier is looking, or the eyes rather, that is what he's going to be able to see. So you can know if your friend is seeing what you're seeing or not, depending on where he's looking, and you can also know exactly where his gun is focused or pointing, which is just fantastic. See, I got a little field of view blur here going. Yeah? How do we like that? How do we like that, guys? Dude, this is so exciting.
Arcade, roll set, and then you guys will show up clear that compound. Fox
Yes!
739.
Alright, I'm a big bipod fan. Anything that's needed in a game like this is just gonna be amazing to spectate. Right now, there's not a lot of combat going on, so I'm gonna try and give you guys some cool angles.
Go for command.
Yeah, we have zilch here. Nothing all around.
Roger that. 2, I want you to take Orchard next. Over.
You can see the current overview here of the map.
That's the compound to our south or to our west.
Direct west, the one on the hill. Over.
Copy. We'll move on from there.
So 2 is about to move up to the hill, the high ground, back up there.
Command is 3 message.
Go for command.
5759. That compound, we have possible enemy contacts there. One of those 2 compounds.
The one back to your west. Over.
Where I have that buddy team.
Roger that. Hold your pause. I'm sending squad forward to help you sweep that area. Over.
Copy.
I'm
Alright,
trying to
forward,
figure
your
out
message. Go ahead, push
which
him out,
compound
direct, Fox
the squad leader was talking
759,
about.
over.
Could have been this one over here, or I
This is command. You're gonna push the
think
vehicles to the
squad lead
intersection and
spotted
hold
something
security
going on
dismount.
over in this compound to the
Copy.
south here. I think he saw someone on the roof, because this Russian is actually
Just 2 keep
up
pushing
here
for
on the
Orchard
roof.
or
This is a
provide
squad
support.
leader, a Russian
Stu,
squad
hold your
leader.
pause, see what you can do from that area.
I like
Over.
the uniform, like the desert camo. Looks very cool.
Copy that.
And he's keeping an eye on the south there. They might think the U.S. are flanking around quite hard. That's not the case, but it's good of them to have kind of 360 degrees awareness around their position, because maneuvering is probably the biggest point to this game, not necessarily marksmanship in a one-on-one or in an open kind of direct situation. Flanking around, getting up on the flank of the enemy to deliver those easy kills is what's going to benefit your team the most.
over there alive.
Yeah, I got all guys up.
Roger.
No immediate contact right now.
Gotta stay over here. Yeah.
We can hear some local
One,
comms here
and
between the
all eyes should be
soldiers.
focused on flanks. 2, 3, 4 have our front. Over.
Copy.
Not a lot going on. They're taking it slow, and I do like that. We got some more troops moving up here to reinforce. I do believe this is Squad 4
Be advised,
arriving to support Squad 3 in clearing the southern compound. They definitely want to clear across this bridge. Or they could be talking about this nearby compound up here to the northwest of Squad 3 down below, because they said they had potential contact here. But the thing is, I don't see how these Russians could have exposed themselves in a way that could have attracted attention from Squad 3. I do understand fully if they saw something down there to the south. I mean, we do have
Okay, this
Russians
command.
moving around on the rooftops.
Go for 2.
Go ahead and probe Orchard with 1 times fire team. Over.
Over to our south.
To your west. Over.
Copy.
A lot of U.S. presence here right now.
confirm you only want one fire team on Orchard.
At least advancing to solid copy over.
Oh, yes. The money shot. Oh, that is so awesome. Oh, things are about to go hot, though, boys. Things are about to go hot. I'm going to enable the silhouettes again, because we are about to get close with some Russians, boys.
Roger.
Ooh!
Fucking yeah.
Command 4. We have contacts in this building.
Use your grenades, soldiers. Good drop there by squad lead. I do believe that. No, that could have been a medic. Well, 2 men down so far. 1 Russian dead. Grenade was thrown. Jesus Christ, who threw that?
1 hold convoy there, over.
Who's throwing that?
Captain Muff, you up?
Yeah, I'm up.
Contacts clear.
Keep watching down that road.
Convoy is halted.
So we got
Copy security.
Captain
dismount,
Muffin
standby,
in
left
here,
four, clear,
in
compounds
the
west, over.
rear. And, Nieholz. Nieholz flanked around and killed the Russian inside.
I need someone to reach it with me.
There might be more in the building.
Okay, I'm ready to go in. Moving.
Let's go.
There might be more in the compound. There couldn't be just one.
Smoke, there's definitely more. Unless that was us.
I think they're to the west.
He's right. I think he's near the right.
4, this is command. You take 8 casualties, over.
I've got 2 confirmed down.
Roger that.
I'll go left, you go right.
Great
He's
to
right.
hear the communication. There's 1 Russian hiding in here, and this is a really tricky spot. He's kind of like below the pillows. I'm not sure if I should call it a glitch, but it's probably not to his full awareness. His foot is sticking out the wall, but I think he's quite well hidden behind the backs. I don't think he can see anything through here though, and he realizes it himself. He needs to put himself in a better spot. There we go. Now he's going to be able to shoot.
I got reports of red smoke west.
If I were them, I would throw in a hand grenade here. This is like a very plausible area.
Shoot red smoke, over.
Oh, squad lead.
Negative here.
If you go down,
If you want, let's
comms are going to be disabled. Can he see him?
Alright, you gotta get your 2 guys that's back there.
Alright, roger. We're marked. We gotta pick up the speed. 2, I want you full commit on Orchard, over.
Copy that.
Yeah, one enemy down here.
Pull out one of my fire
Copy.
teams. Or
Yeah,
take
I want
both.
your whole squad on Orchard. Whole squad.
Copy.
Did he not see him? He's so well hidden.
Took 2 or you killed 2?
Oh no.
Oh, there's 1 in there.
On me, Rico, we're gonna in the back. On you.
Fragging.
Let's do it, all 3 of us. Go, go, go.
Frag out.
Good shot. Stalker got him. 1 frag went out
Was it that one or the right
into the wrong room, but the enemy has been neutralized.
I think I got him.
Wow, things are getting intense quickly here. I believe Squad 3, quick look, Squad 3 is about to go in against the Russian Squad 3 here to the south
Yeah, I'm up.
of the river.
Okay.
And they're going to be supported by Squad 4. Squad 2 has moved all the way to the orchard. They are not engaged with anyone so far. I think we'll see
I'm now squad lead.
platoon lead dedicate
Roger, 4, how strong are you?
or send their squad down south to help Squad 4 and 2 in clearing this out.
4 is 6 effective.
Copy 6 effective. Stand by.
We've got a
Alright,
US
4 all
soldier
back to
alive and
convoy,
well over
full
there.
security on convoy. 2,
Total
stand
3
by,
casualties clearing this area out, but the Russians have so far taken 4 casualties. So the US are still in an
Convoy's
advantage here.
position is direct, southeast.
Shots fired.
Pause.
Russian soldier retreating back to cover.
Command
Covered
advised
by
that
the
they're
rest
gonna
of his
DL
squad.
close at the convoy.
Roger that one.
I believe they're in the fields.
What an amazing view.
Secure northwest. Roger
I
that.
love to spectate this just for the pure visuals. They're stunning. And it is so cool to behold. Always a pleasure. We got a medic patching up a wounded Russian squad leader hit by a few 5.56 bullets coming out from a
2 command,
US
keep standing
soldier
from,
back over
convoy
here by the
orchard,
wall.
over.
He has relocated though. He might have even pulled back to the rest of his squad.
Not yet. I'm getting my guys set up.
These guys are a little bit surrounded. There is the remnants of
Alright,
the
Roger. You see that MSR
preliminary Russian
direct
squad
south
here
of
to
you,
the south,
maybe, 100
holding the
meters that
radio
runs east to
tower.
west? You
But
see
the
roadblocks
US can
along that
entirely
MSR?
avoid them if they choose to.
And be advised, they smoked the convoy.
Roger that. Smoke on convoy.
Marked it.
Command.
Russians pulling back.
No eyes on roadblock, man.
Roger that. All right, 4. Stand by. New orders. Walrus, you copy?
Oh, that is cool.
Oh, say
They're
again.
jumping down
I need
on
you to
a
take
buddy
Squad
here.
4 and clear
Oh,
Echo
to avoid
7,
taking
6 to
damage. He,
compound.
however,
Compound
missed a little
directly
bit, so he's
south
going to
of
be a little
Squad
bit
2. How copy?
wounded
Over.
from that, but they do have medics.
A firm. We'll move.
Roger that. Squad 1, this is man. Squad 4 pushes westbound far enough. You're gonna.
That's
continue
it's
the
a pretty
vehicle
big
sloping
fall
south.
with gear. I mean, you're carrying a lot of ammo, weapon, and
Squad
everything, so
1,
all that
take
extra weight is
research.
definitely going to hurt you up a
227.
little bit. But once again,
Squad 2 has
And
eyes
Go
on
ahead.
enemy.
Go ahead. Come in.
they're jumping
Eyes
down on
house direct,
teammates
west of
to
Squad 3.
avoid taking that small
Copy,
damage.
T,
So they're going to be
engage.
back in action.
Copy the
Okay, not everyone is silhouetted, so
4,
there
this
we go.
command,
We're going
I
to go ahead
need you
and
double
reset
time
that
into Echo
quickly.
7-6 compound over.
If
They still have 1 MRAP remaining. We have to remember that the US are definitely not at a disadvantage here, despite taking 1 MRAP or losing an MRAP early on. They still have killed more Russians, but we have to take into account the fact that the Russians also have a heavy machine gun set up somewhere that they are going to use to try and stop the convoy. They also have a lot of rockets, I do believe. AT is an asset they can use, but platoon command here, Karma, has been very good at keeping the valuable target, or the mission target
that.
objective
We're getting a little caught up in these
in the
fields.
rear here. They're not really exposing their truck at all,
1, I want you to pull the vehicles.
and that's pretty good. I'd say that's very
Maybe
good.
25 meters behind 4's path over.
Pretty much direct southwest somewhere out there. It's like 300
You're gonna be following on the south MSR.
Alright, we're gonna keep moving up along this wall. We're not gonna use the riverbed.
Is this compound clear to our north? Did you clear that?
Yeah, we cleared that, I believe.
Okay.
Squad 4, check your south every here and there over.
Oh shit!
Squad 1 moving.
They're literally wall to wall here.
Wait, is it enemy contact or what?
Yeah, right to us. Holy fuck!
Northwest.
Right over this wall. I'm gonna underhand the
Sorry,
frag out.
Squad 4.
Frag out.
Possible
Frag out.
contact south.
Oh, it needs to be
Direct
further.
south of us. Yeah, directly on our vision.
Roger that. 4 engaged. Squad 2, help them out.
Get one further out. Oh jeez!
1 security dismount.
Oh yes! The Russians are getting mowed down! Oh, they're taking fire from Squad 2! Up on the high ground. That is amazing! 1, 2, 3 casualties so far. 4 Russians suppressed.
Fucked them up.
They're still getting messed up. This is amazing. Great work. Squad 2 is going to take some counterfire from nearby Russian soldiers, but the remnants of this squad is so suppressed and pinned right now. They're still taking grenade fire. There goes one more. That medic is going to be stopped in his process of healing his friendly soldier. There goes another grenade. One Russian is trying to open up some counterfire, but he's got 4 US soldiers suppressing him with grenade launchers and small arms.
2 is under long range.
That bipod is deployed again, and it's going to be wreaking some havoc here.
To our southwest.
Yo, Captain Muffin, on me. We're pushing up. Everybody else cover. Hug this wall with me.
A2, I got Russians
Let's
directly
keep
south.
Copy.
They're west. They're west.
They're pushing southwest out of Orchard over.
That gives you a better idea of the situation, but we're going to go ahead and disable the silhouettes just for another second here, just to enjoy the cinematic amazingness here. Grenade's going to be going over the wall. That's an underhand throw. Great job. Let's look at the impact.
Man, make sure you don't stray too far.
Oh, that is a beautiful grenade. 2 more Russians killed, but the rest are actually storming the area up there, but we have a 50, MRAP 50, opening up from somewhere to the rear. I'm not going to go ahead and try and find it. We're going to keep our eyes pinned on this situation right now, which is turning out to be a very beautiful maneuver by US troops. There's still one soldier alive on the left side. Can they hear him? I think they can hear him patching up. Yeah, they can hear him patching up. They can hear him. They can definitely hear him. And if he gets a... Ooh, close. Not effective. Not effective.
Let's say again.
Continue mission to Echo 7-6. Roger that.
Russians are pulling back some assets that they had on the south side. They are now retreating to the west to link up with the other Russian squads. Whoa, that's friendly fire almost. That was a U.S. soldier engaging this guy on the other side of the wall. They have to be careful. You got to make sure they're keeping an eye on everything.
All right, all elements except for Squad 2 continue westbound movement.
Oh, he's about to spot that Russian. Wow! So, I think the animations have been a little over-exaggerated. Don't worry, that's usually a server-side / game-side thing. But this, remember, we're still in... is this squad still in Alpha or Beta? I think it's still in Alpha V10. I usually have a hard time believing what I'm seeing because of the fact that this is so good already. But, yeah, the animations can freak out at times. But that's... nothing I really wanted to highlight because it's really not an issue at all. One remaining Russian soldier moving up the hill here. He's being pursued. We've got Squad 2 up here with a... Oh, I thought the squad leader was dead. He's still alive. He's in a questionable position, but he is... I mean, not questionable in terms of legality, but in terms of... well, it's interesting. It's like someone leaning over a pool table to get that really long shot going, you know? I meant more questionable as in terms of his own safety. There is a Russian soldier moving up behind him, but he's gonna try and flank around. This is a lone wolf right now, so his first objective is to link back with friendlies. So he's doing the good thing. He's doing the good. What's his name? Hemodi 101. He's listening to the briefing hopefully. So his first objective is to just retreat. All his friends are dead, so his like main thing right now is to pull back to friendlies, and he's gonna try and do that as safely as possible. So respect, man.
Sphinx, Silas, go ahead and repeat that.
Yeah, possible contacts deep south, heading east, unconfirmed.
If that's the case, we're gonna keep pushing right. If you want to take this store.
Walrus guy here is now in command of Squad 3 after they lost their squad lead in the house clearing operation. So he's taking he's taking charge of that right now.
Stand by. Let me get a little head up with.
We haven't seen any M240s or PKMs right now. I don't know if they've. I don't think they've been added to this op. They're not an available weapon, but we should be looking at those in later ops because they look fantastic and they're so cool. They're like, it's almost like a deployable, or not deployable, but like a handheld 50. It's not, of course, a 50 cal in terms of firepower, but when you compare it to the previously available squad support weapons like the AR, the M249, automatic rifleman M249, it is just miles ahead of that in terms of firepower. It lays down a huge suppressing effect in a bullet storm on the enemy, and it's great. This guy's an interesting bipod position there. He's gonna go ahead and move it. So right now, let's zoom out a little bit. The action has paused for a second. This guy is going to have a hard time relinking with his friends. He's literally just hiding back there, scared and afraid and alone. Probably has no contact with anyone else. He's probably not a fire team lead, so he doesn't have comms with the rest of the team. He's cut off. One fire team from Squad 2 has moved ahead to clear the next compound. One fire team and squad leader remains behind. We've got Squad 4 and 3 working together, moving up there. Command Squad is back here with 2 in the orchard. So yeah, that's the situation right now. Russians have retreated. So far, the US are doing a great game. Actually, I don't know who the Russian squad lead was in that squad, and I don't want to call anyone out for anything, but mistakes happen, and unfortunately, they were all caught in a really closed-off space. They had 2 soldiers on the southern side of this small river, and that is kind of what led to them not dying as quick, but they were all along that road, or that wall, And when the U.S. troops back there spotted them, it was all about just suppressing and putting grenades on their position. They did so, and they eliminated 6 or 7 guys, or probably just a little less than that, in no time. And that was a really good advantage for the Americans.
Negative, you're proceeding westbound, over.
Copy.
But I don't think I have to point that out. I think everyone can see how greatly beneficial that was to the U.S. after doing so. The Russians are still defending, so numbers are not going to be as important to them. If they spread out their forces properly and get the Americans in a good situation or spot, they're going to be able to do a lot of damage.
All squads, this man got possible ID on enemy roadblock. Stand by for grid. Roadblock as follows: D716. Positive ID on 1 times Russian HMG. Over.
D7. This is D7-1. This is 1 and then 6. So 6 is over here.
1. Hold pause.
Copy.
Well, not an MG, but a roadblock. But no MG. Unless I looked wrong. Oh, no, there's another.
Squads 2 and 1 are going to look like the main platoon is going to hit this roadblock straight on east to west. Squads 4 and 3, I need you to break
Another
south of the river
cool
right
sandbag
now. Over.
Position up there on the roof.
Copy that. And our compound is clear.
Is this the MG down here?
Roger
Yes!
that. Work together, bound across on the south. They
cord.
have infantry and emplacements.
The cord.
In the mosque tower in Delta 711.
Good.
We're gonna hit that compound from the direct
Interesting
east,
position.
and 4-3
It's
will hit it from
kind
the
of-
south. How copy y'all? Over.
That's bad vision, I'd say, but interesting.
Okay, copy.
Imagine if you could get one down like over here.
Alright, 1, 2,
Yes,
you're
it
gonna
is in the
hold.
open,
It's
but
gonna take
look at
time
the
for 4-3
vision
to
it
pull this
has.
maneuver off. Over.
Interesting. We'll see how the how much damage the Russian core down here can
When
do
we move, are we
to the
gonna cross this
attacking U.S.
bridge
forces.
at E781 towards Squad B?
Negative. You're gonna proceed westbound. Actually, yeah, you will. You will cross north.
Okay, copy.
Yeah, Squad 1, Squad 2, go ahead and strong point Russian main for the time being. Over.
We have a few Russians moving out here in a
Roger.
sort of a
We'll proceed
counterattack.
south as soon as we're running.
Some U.S. troops are
just
fanning out
stay in,
further
Russian
south
main.
and east
Got it.
to kind of, you know, prevent the Russians from flanking around. The Americans don't want to lose the combat width they have right now, and it looks like they have the situation under good control. If they can spot the Russians moving to the south here, they might even go harder on the main point back up there if they realize the Russians have allocated troops further south. Once again, the objective for the Americans is to get their truck to the destination back there, the main compound in the rear. If they get it there, that's essentially an objective win. It's going to come down to a last stand, but no matter what happens, the first objective has been cleared or secured and achieved by the U.S., so they will achieve a victory if they do so.
2, make sure that compound's 100% clear.
Copy, clearing. Actually, this is already clear.
Alright,
That was
roger
the
that.
spawn.
1, go ahead and pull the vehicles in, and then security dismount with 2 strong point
Just
area.
south
Over.
in the 4.
Russians are coming in on the rear now of the Americans. I wonder if they can see them.
Say again?
Nope, they can
they're pushing
definitely
into
not see them.
contact.
This is interesting. This could be a really good flank for the Russians. The Americans have no idea that they're here. I wonder if they're going to go on a hit job to take out the enemy Logi truck,
What's that sound
which is
like?
located
Or what's it look like?
back up there.
We have contact straight south of us on the other side of the wall.
3, help them out. 1, 2, kill the engines. Full security here. Over.
Russian squad lead getting vision of the U.S. presence down there by the river, walking along the wall. Right now they have the option to engage, to form up and open up, but something tells me this is a hit squad sent out to actually disable the convoy and prevent it from getting closer to the destination. But that's not the case. They're going to mark the enemy position with smoke. It landed too far. It
4, 3,
hit.
talk to me. What's
It
it
actually
look
hit the Russian forces almost.
Clearing them.
So they're gonna have to drop a lower smoke.
like? Roger.
But someone must have made out that grenade launcher firing back here. There are no U.S. troops firing
Neural this man.
from back here, so
Go for 2.
they might lose the initiative here. They're being a little slow. Now they're rushing ahead. But yeah, they might actually lose the initiative. And if they engage just one soldier crossing the river, which is, as of any second now, no longer an ability. There's only one guy out of cover here. If they do it, they're going to lose the initiative, and they do it. So now, there we go. They're going to know that there's Russians on this side. But it's a little too late, but it's going to give the American troops a heads up that there are Russians flanking around from behind, if they can communicate it well enough.
Taking a lot of air from our southwest in that compound.
3, help him out.
Delta 8, keep head 9.
This is what's left of
Roger that.
4. There's still a Russian soldier hiding in the grass here. He's going to stand up any second now. Oh, he can do a lot of damage. He's just eyeing out the American...
Squad 1, Squad 2, reference that
Ooh,
red
this
smoke,
could
that's
be
where that
like
roadblock is, over.
really close. We're going to keep the silhouettes on so we can see what's going on. Now he's going to lay down again.
You with the red smoke, stand by.
Oh, grenades being fired. That's the Russians coming in from behind now. Squad 4 is like in between a rock and a hard place. There's a rock crushing them from behind right now, which is the 5-man Russian squad moving up from the rear. The hard place is the compound fortified by Russian soldiers across the river, and there's even a little devil in the grass. What is he doing? How did he miss that? How did he? How did he? Ow, my jaw again. Ow, my jaw. Ow, my jaw. Ow. That happened in my Freeman video too. Like dislocates half a second. I don't know why that happens, but he messed it up. He botched it. Good try, but no U.S. soldiers will die from that. I call that extremely lucky. I wonder why he was on semi. He should have full autoed. Like at this range, I mean, you're over here. You've got 2 Americans here. You're standing here. You got your gun. I don't know how he missed it, but rip Russian. Good catch though by the U.S. troops, because that could have been a devastating hit. That little devil hiding in the grass
1, 2, reference
did
smoke
not
near
stop
Moss,
the
that's,
Americans from
HMG, over.
succeeding or surviving. But there's still a 5-man moving in from the south here. I wonder if the U.S. troops up there can spot them.
Right on top of us. They came at us from the east.
Look, we've got a bipoded M249 there. He
Squad
might...
2,
Can he
Squad 1,
spot
we're gonna
them?
begin our main assault on the compound
Look,
right
this
now,
guy
over.
can definitely hear the enemy on the other side.
Alright, 2, get in front of 1, bound up.
Things are about to get very intense now.
Yeah, 3, watch your east as well.
Is this Squad 4?
3,
This is
4,
Squad 4.
take it slow together.
Squad
over.
3 is on the other side. Oh, grenades being thrown still.
Good copy. 3's gonna proceed west.
Squad 4 has like no comms with the other squads right now. I think they've lost all
Roger,
their
2 getting ready to
their
go
leads.
south.
Their 2 fire team leads and their
Negative, not south, southwest.
their squad leader initially. So
Correction, southwest.
they're having a hard time.
This is 4. I'm squad leader now.
Oh, actually, he's gonna take over.
Niels, what's it look like?
We're taking contact from the northeast.
You winning it or losing it?
We're losing.
Roger, strong might have coordinate with 3, assist, over. Roger, 4, I suggest you pull south, Olsen, I'll have the fire team cover you, if you can. Sphinx, have your fucking 50 suppress the top of the roof. I got Russians up there with bipods. Just spray every now and then. Copy. Light fire on the roof, up. Alright, 4, got you covered if you want to try to cross.
So 4, which is consisting of 3 surviving squad members. They've been through hell. They have somehow survived the clearing back there. They survived the... oh, this guy's about to go down from a Russian grenade. No, it went a little too far. I don't know why they're still staying here. The Nieholz, who just took command, needs to communicate to the rest of the squad to pull back. There's a grenadier still holding here, though. I don't know why. I think the Russians know he's here, but maybe if he can get the drop on the Russians, he'll be good. Hopefully he's gonna be... What's he doing?
We're being engaged from the compound to our north.
Oh no. Well, 2 guys are back here. I don't know what they're doing either. Once again, this is really where squad shines through, because once the command structure falls, so does your combat performance. And it's like visible in all scenarios. No matter how good of a player you think you are, once the command structure starts falling, you start losing. And it's visible in almost every op where I've seen these things happen. Now somehow it's being communicated to him to retreat, so he's going to be pulling back. But there are Russians sweeping the field now, looking to get him before he gets out. Oh, I think they've heard him. He's gonna go down. Took a little too long to get out, and his 2 friends didn't do anything to cover him whatsoever. No one moving up to the hole here to fire through. Once again, if there was a squad leader, he would have voiced that and put pressure on that. But There
Or
you go.
gotta cross now if you're gonna cross.
Perhaps these two guys can do a lot of damage to the Russians pushing up. Honestly, it's going to come down to how they play that. So we're going to leave that for a second. We're going to take a look at the main assault up here now. I will look back at that later on, but something tells me they're going to disengage. The Russian strong point up here is now being engaged. The 50 is still up with a 12.7 millimeter cord, which is essentially a Russian 50 cal. Or is it 14 millimeter? I can't remember exactly, but I do believe.
3-4, I need some kind of flexibility over there on the south.
Yeah, roger that. We're starting to get moving. We only have one guy at 4. Do you want us to head west and circumvent this compound or try to assault it?
I want you to try to assault it from the south, over.
Good copy.
Good crawling here by Lawn Darts, getting close with the enemy. He's going to probably try and get some good grenades on them. We have a 50 back there supporting the assault. They can, ooh, close. If they can put some good 50 fire on the roof and in that tower, they're going to be suppressing the Russians trying to keep their heads up. So that's good to see some light 50 fire going on there.
Hold there, security, dismount, support with
I'm going
the
to zoom in back there, and it does look like the remains of Squad 4 was finally brought down there by the Russians flanking around. So that's a good flanking maneuver. That's a small win for the Russians, but so far, I still think they're at quite a numerical disadvantage here.
As fucking safely as you fucking can.
We'll see how that works out for them, though. The cord just opened up. If they can mark the cord with the smoke from the grenadier, that'd be great.
Copy that, Niels.
Some 40 Mike smokes. Interesting. He's like deployed next to the cover to seem less
Yeah, we're being engaged
apparent.
heavily from the north, and my guys are way too spread out. I'm trying to pull them in, but they're suppressed.
Squad 3 is doing good here. They're just putting good fire on the defending Russians down there. Like, if this was all the Russians had... Oh, cord is opening up again. It's actually engaging the vehicle.
One has a flank look.
We're looking good back here. We don't see anyone to our easternmost.
Roger that. Check that roof again, dude. Check it again, one.
So they need to knock out the Russians holding the compound there before 2 and 1 can 2 and 4 and 5, I suppose.
Copy.
No, 2 and 1 and 5 before they can move on. Oh, actually, there's some remnants of 4 back there. I do believe that's just Squad 3 that split a fire team, and the squad leader, the current squad leader, somehow survived. He actually got out of that sticky mess. So that's a very formidable fighting force. If they can like flank around here and get to the main compound, knock out the Russian cord and the other positions, they can actually then make easy work of the Russians holding that southern compound. Cord taking a lot of fire now from the 50 or other units, but he still remains. They know exactly where he is. And that guy's just reloading. I think once he's reloaded, he knows exactly where to fire. I think he's going to be able to... Oh. Does he know where that cord is firing from? Grenades being fired. Landing close to the US troops flanking around. If they can go get a full flank on this position... Ooh, good grenade. Wow. That's going to keep these Russians a little bit suppressed and pinned. Got a bipod deployed over here. Just going to get out of that position. More grenades being fired. Things are pretty fierce over here on the side.
One, push it a little bit. Two's
No one's being given any breaks here. Grenades are being constantly put on targets here. This is just a very fierce firefight between US and Russian forces. Nerves are tense too. We saw some Russians fire randomly into the forest up there, possibly thinking they're seeing Americans flanking around. So things are very pushy here.
Yeah, one, this is command. Send your medic up to 2, over.
Copy.
2, hold your pause, get medded up.
Grenades are being traded. Oh, look at that. Oh, that is so close. Both grenades. The Russians were slightly closer. One more was thrown, I do believe.
Copy, copy.
It did not make it as far as the first one. Okay, we're going to see another engagement kick off over here. the remnants of Squad 4, which I do believe is only one man, and Squad 3, which is a pretty good combat strength, are now like attacking this compound, which is preventing the US forces from clearing the northern main compound. Good, that's a Russian down on that side.
Copy that.
Oh, he's moving up close. That's a good bipod down. That's a really good bipod position. Okay, he's going to be suppressed and forced to pull back.
3 has that push. Alright, it's going. We're starting to breach the compound. We're being engaged.
Alright, be careful. Corners are nasty. He knows it. Does he see him? Oh no, guys, be careful. I think people underestimate the lethality of some of these situations. I definitely believe people think are sometimes slightly too lightheaded about the way they approach the combat. Not all, of course not, and you see that sometimes. But look at that. We have the remnants of that 5-man Russian squad moving up now as well. There's only 4 remaining though, I do believe. So they're going to be moving up to attack Squad 3 from the rear. I think the Russians are taking more casualties than the Americans, though. So if they keep this up, the Russians are going to run out of manpower here quicker. Although, of course, there is the 5 extra soldiers. Oh, I thought there were only 3. Someone must have been healing. They're in a tricky situation right now over here. Very tricky situation. Oh! What an amazing grenade. Right on target. Smoked his head. Now they're going to be taking contact from the rear. Good suppression, though. Look at that. Is that an M249 being hit? No, it's an M4. Okay. They're rushing out now. Oh, there's contact everywhere. Don't get bogged down, gentlemen. Oh no, Squad 3 is being decimated now.
Command is a no-go. We're not going to be able to secure this compound. There's too many guys. Roger that. Pull back to the convoy, over.
There's hardly anyone to pull back. We have one guy over here though. Is this the remains of? Yeah, that's the remains of Squad 4. He's going to be coming up on the rear of the Russians. I would say this is lone wolfing since he's been. Oh no, dude. There goes.
This is 4 men.
4 Russians dead. But why was he alone up there? I think it's a little embarrassing catching these kinds of plays sometimes because he was literally alone up here throughout the entire attack. But that might turn the tide down here. I'm not sure if that was a legit move, but obvious. Oh, he's gonna be brought down now.
4-3. Anyone else?
But that is crazy for the Russians to lose so many soldiers there. That could definitely be game-changing. But I'm not going to try and repeat myself too much, but he was back there throughout the entire attack, sitting pretty much alone. So I'm wondering what that was about. But, all right. That happened. Interesting. And the rest of the U.S. team are pretty much approaching this strong point. They're taking casualties. They're having a hard time. The Russians are definitely at an advantage in terms of the defensive role they're playing. It's just hard.
Alright, yeah, we're gonna continue pushing this compound. Silas, try and make your way back to the north and towards us. 2, we're gonna push south into this compound.
This is cool.
Alright.
Hey, can you kill engine?
Hold 1 second for the push. Have you guys hold here.
Thanks.
Where's Command? Is he alive? Is Command alive?
Okay, SL1
I don't think
just went
Command
down.
is alive. Command is down. Command is down. So, it's down to whatever squad leader resumes commanding afterwards.
Do we have anyone in comms with
Grenades being fired. That was almost a kill, but the wall protected the Russian from ultimate death.
next squad member
It's
is
a
head
nice
down to the
little
north of the
bipod position here as well. Look at that. That's beautiful. That's what I like to see.
Commander 1, do you want me to move the MRAP up?
Yes, pull that MRAP up, Super 2. Pull the whole convoy up. We're gonna need the extra infantry. Hey, once your drivers are up, safe spot, I need to dismount and aid the infantry.
Copy that.
Dude, what's your status? How are you guys holding out?
We're just under heavy fire right now. Can't really move.
Copy that. We're trying to get support up your way.
So we have to keep in mind here that the U.S. lost one of their MRAPs early on. If they had had both alive and working right now, that would have been a huge difference. A huge difference. So they've only had 150 going. I wonder if the Russians are aware of that. Oh, that could be. That's what I'm telling you about. You gotta be careful. Yeah, but like if they use this 50 here properly, I didn't even see any AT soldiers on the Russian side. They might not even have AT as an event. Oh. No. Chill and find out where you're being shot from. It's hard to see. It's really hard to see, especially when you're taking fire. You're not gonna want to sit down just to keep an eye on the enemy. You're gonna like be firing at what seems like an enemy position. He did pause for a minute though, and he did actually put some shots on the area, and I think he actually brought one down here. Squad member. They just don't know where this guy's at, so this position is proving to be more efficient than we thought early on.
Roger that. Bo, I need you to blow up those extra Vics. Pull them up here to the south of the road in the trees. Dismount the infantry. We're gonna need them to take this compound. Copy.
Okay, well it has distracted the Russians from keeping an eye here to the north, so the Americans are gonna keep crawling around. Ah, no, don't stop there. Keep moving. Keep moving. Okay, so he's putting down a little bit of a cover element. Oh, I think he just spotted that.
In 188 in the window.
Just get them to a safe spot, dismount the infantry, and pull them up. We need you guys to take this compound with us.
Okay.
Copy.
They would know where the rear here.
Yeah, guys, just try to keep our position unknown.
Good thinking.
Sneaky.
Do we have anyone up inside the MRAP?
Haha. Yes, I love this. This is where your playstyle comes into account so much here. You can definitely, depending on how you carry yourself, it will affect the battle tremendously. Stealth is such a big option, or such a big part of Squad. Are they gonna man? Oh, this guy's just waiting to shoot at the gunner as soon as he comes out. Look at him. Oh, he's all ready. Oh. Twitchy camera. There we go. Headshot. Good kill. This has been such a back and forth battle. Super cool though. It's been such a thrill. Like, there's been some super cool moments here with some really devastating flanking maneuvers and attacks for both sides. Some really close moments that I thought the Russians were going to really capitalize on, but somehow failed to. And it's been like just such a crazy show here for both sides. It's gone back and forth throughout the entire game pretty much. Starting with a flipping MRAP, catching a Russian squad in the open, pretty much killing them from all flanks. A Russian flank or a Russian ambush maneuver failing, getting defeated. Russian flanking maneuver succeeding. A whole squad being decimated, trying to take a compound. It's been such a back and forth game all the time. I thought there has been some pretty clear advantages and disadvantages, but somehow, I don't know, it's just been pulled back and forth. So right now I think the main maneuver that we're going to be looking at is up here. This is where this stuff is going to go down. One man down. This guy's alive, but he's not doing anything right now. He's pinned. I think he might be waiting for a better opportunity. We have a 3-man squad flanking around here, though.
We lost one.
They just.
Alright, guys. Once we get up in the move, we need to get up to the wall on the outside of the compound fast before they see us.
Yeah.
Trying to use the
let's
element of
wait.
surprise.
What else do you want to do with
Let's
them?
wait
What do you
for
want us to do
bit
with the
of
logic?
stamina.
This is what we're enjoying right now, guys. It's boiling down to this. The US looked so strong. Great commanding. Great stuff, really. And they were really lucky to kind of deflect those Russian ambushes and surprise attacks. And they really caught a lot of Russians out in the open. But towards the end here, this kind of war of attrition cost the Americans too much. Even assaulting, Squad 3 assaulting that compound behind this one cost them too many men as well. They just simply killed too few. They lost the whole squad and probably brought down about 4 or 5 Russians in doing so.
Dillith, can you get out of the open like that? Crawl to
Alright,
that wall
so we're
on your
gonna
right.
send the MRAP in front
Alright.
as sort of a distraction, and then we're gonna try to send the logi up since we got nothing else to do.
Alright,
J-Way here is taking command.
Now we're gaining stamina, then we're gonna assault.
Yeah, mine too.
He's trying to communicate with some squad leaders, but there's not much.
Alright, guys, crouch and run. Get up to the wall. Let's go.
Let's get it, boy.
Good luck, guys. Godspeed.
I'm out of frags. I have 2 smoke.
I have 4 full
Smoke's
magazines
not
and
gonna
2
do
that
anything.
are used.
Stacking up on SL here.
Enemy trends or something.
It's friendly.
Oh, that's good.
Alright, guys, we have the element of surprise. Let's use it.
Okay, let's fuck him.
Going right.
They're probably gonna know you're coming because they're gonna hear you. Alright, guys, clear the building.
Nice.
Alright, I'm gonna climb the ladder and see if I can't pick up on the roof.
I got.
Alright, I got the one on the roof.
There's one coming down below you. Get some!
Got another one?
Get some! Yes!
Alright, we've taken down 2 tangos in the compound. One on the roof is dead, one on the ground is dead.
Yo,
No
I'm
KIAs on our side yet.
Clearing the
think.
bling inside. Shots from the northeast. Close.
It's a close fucking round.
Alright, let's check this. Let's check this. Get on the other side of the door. Get on the other side. Alright, I'm ching in. I'm gonna go right.
Clear.
Alright, same thing
I
for this. Ready? Breaching.
Go. Clear.
Alright, clear. SL, the complex below you is clear.
Hang on a sec.
I think he's in the tower. He's in the tower. He's got to be.
Where's the direction can go?
Cosmo, are you the last one alive?
Yeah.
You have eyes on
I
him?
think I got him. I think I got him. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Not confirmed. Oh god, I got fragged. Yeah.
He's in the tower. I think there's one left in the compound. He's in the tower.
I'm ready. Behind me on the wall. Behind me on the wall.
You
I
hear him?
heard his steps. Yeah, I heard his steps for a second.
Okay, I thought I heard it too.
Just wait here.
Yeah, watch the door to the tower.
To the tower.
I thought he was. Did you not? Eyes on, eyes on.
No, no.
He's to the left of the door over there.
Okay, okay, just let him be.
Do you hear him behind you?
Yeah, I hear him, I hear him.
Is he directly across the wall right now?
He might be
Alright, they're outside
south,
the compound
or
on the
he
east
might be
side.
behind me.
Outside the wall. I'm gonna make a move on him.
Okay, good luck.
Got him. I won.
Want me to go to the other side? Just saw his for a second. I'm pushing him. I'm greedy.
Eyes on, right there. He's inside the compound. Let's make a move on him.
Okay. Oh.
Oh, brilliant brave last stand. It's not GG. It is GG. I think that was the last guy, right? GG. Wow, what an amazing attempt, though. So many kills towards the end. How many did he get? 8 kills. Legitimately killed 8 people. That's amazing, Jayway. Good game. I'll see you guys in round 2.